Hi guys, and welcome to my second commentary, which I have named Dealing with Halves, as my opponent, the fourth kind, is split his army into two. Well, here's my setup. I have 3 voltigeurs in front and an infantry legier, and behind them I have an assortment of French line, 2 cav on either flank, 2 in the center, and 2 line in the middle for reserve purposes. My general in between the cav and the line. Well, there's my opponent's setup. He split his army into 2 fairly equal in strength halves. His left, my right, is stronger in infantry, whereas his right is stronger in cav. So they sort of balance out. And yeah, my plan for taking out this formation, as it was quite new to me, no one really uses this, is to commit most of my forces on one, while part of it only holds off the other half. So hopefully my larger force will be able to wipe out one of his halves in time to swing around and hit his other one. So I'm going to send my cav to the flanks, and I'm going to take my 2 reserve cav, and I'm going to send one to the left and one to the right. And my 2 reserve infantry units over there are going to go to support one flank. My cav running. So I want to skip past this movement stage. Alright, so I started the fight by moving up my skirmishers to take the first volleys, although a few of their shots came over and hit my general's bodyguard. Wouldn't be good if he got taken out in the first few seconds. So I'm going to move up my 2 infantry to extend my line, while using my 2 Swiss on the flanks to hopefully flank them, and sending my cav to the flanks also. He's doing the same thing with his cav. So I have a cuirassier, a shooter cav, and a lancer. The lancer is just basic, and the chevalier cavalry unit is the cheapest French cav unit. So I'm going to reposition this flank, moving it closer to my main body so as it doesn't get overwhelmed too easily. And over here, he's going to send in his cav for a charge, although they are going to run across my Swiss and get volleyed off. And as if that wasn't enough lead coming towards them, my chevalier is going to volley off against their flanks, causing a morale shock. So my lancer and cuirassier is able to run in and take out what's left in the couple seconds. And my shooter cav is going to be sent to the flank, and my lancer and cuirassier will be sent into his main line. So the infantry are going to get into square, which sends me sending my cuirassier to the flank, and then my lancer, since it's a cheaper unit, will run down and hit his light infantry. And my shooter cav, chevalier, is going to be sent towards his general. So hopefully my lancer can turn the tide of the light infantry battle, which is in his favor. Well, they get stuck in this square for a second. I'm able to pull them out though. So we go running down his Jaeger line here. He has 2 Jaegers and a Silesian, although my cav is getting shot by the infantry in square. So they will rout, but not after they complete their objective in making this 2v2 in the skirmisher battle. Well, seeing he was quick to get into square, I'm not going to send my shooter cav into his infantry. Instead, I'm going to push up on this flank and hit his guys that are in square, and if they get out, then I'm going to send in my cuirassier to hit them. And over here, he's sending his cav. Those will be dealt with my 1 unit of the Brave, coming in to hit him with their volleys while they're getting tied up with my cav. And he brought up his 3 Prussian Fusiliers against my light infantry screen. So over here, he got out of square, seeing my Swiss advance, so I'm going to hit him with my cuirassier. And my chevalier is going on a wild goose chase for his general. They're going to clip the end of this Silesian shoots in, get hit with a square volley. So we got cavalry running everywhere over here. slowly wearing down on that flank. Over here, I'm winning the skirmisher battle, though he did rout one of my units, the shooter cav. And my lancer over here is going to make a quick strike against his flank. So since they're at orange morale, maybe we can break them with this one quick charge, and hopefully get there in time before they volley off. Looks like they're about to. So one of my skirmisher units got routed over here, and the cav unit is getting volleyed at. So my skirmishing screen is slowly withering away, so I'm going to push up my main line to hit his skirmishers, or at least hold them down, so I can swing my cav unit on that flank over to hit him in the rear, where they're very unprotected. So they're orange morale over there, using my skirmishers routing. And the 2 cav are going to get shot up by the brave unit. Over here, the Swiss has been volleying off at his main line infantry units, which are 1 unit of foot guards and a line infantry, and they're not really winning that. Maybe because they're partially in tree cover. So they're at orange morale. And over here, his skirmishers apparently must have run out of ammo, since they're charging in a hopeless melee attack. And over here, I brought up my general to give his rallying support to my infantry. And I've routed that one of the line infantry units over there, so I'm going to send that cav over towards the Silesians and hit them while shooting at them with my line infantry. So here we are with a nice charge by my lancers again. They got an experienced chevron, so we're going to send those fusiliers flying like hacky sacks. Drop them like sacks of potatoes. So that lancer unit actually ends up running down that entire fusilier line. So, although they do get infantry support. And he sent his Landwehr unit to attack my Polish Legion. Not a good idea. They probably would have done a lot better if they would have just shot him. So I'm going to reposition now, bring 2 in support, and set up the Brave and a line infantry unit to take out one of his foot guards, I believe. So my Swiss has routed under 2 infantry volleys. I guess they felt exposed or something on the flanks. So here's this smart looking elite musketeers of Prussia, 8th Life Regiment. Really smart looking, marching in a perfectly straight line. Countless and countless hours of drilling. So I'm just slowly enveloping. He's pushing up on this flank, since seeing that my one Swiss is routed, so I'm going to pull back. He's going to follow up into a Polish Legion volley. Very accurate too. So his infantry over there are going to instead target my light infantry. So that's a good thing. They always make a good meat shield, screening your infantry. And over here, one of his units came back from routing and are holding up against my 2 infantry units. And my Swiss came back. And there goes my infantry screen. Although they did their job, soaking up most of the volleys. So this is towards the end. As you look on the map, he only has a few units left. It's just me wrapping around them, finishing them off. I suppose he would have been more successful if he would have used his right contingent more efficiently, attacking when I was already engaged with his left one. So my general's going to attack this foot guard unit, although they do get in square, and instead of breaking their morale, it actually increases it. So it's one last unit, and there is a Fusilier unit over there shooting in the back of me. It came back from routing, and I didn't see it. So my general unit's going to get out of there, having held them up, kept them in square for my infantry to move up. So they're going to try to attack him, but they're too slow, and his foot guards are going to get out of square and retreat further. Get in a square again, but my general, wise and knowing that it's not a good idea to charge to a square, is going to slam on the brakes. And my 2 infantry units are going to finally catch up with them and into a melee battle, which they will rout him. So that's the end. I hope you enjoyed this battle, and if you see people swing their army into halves, I hope you have a fair idea of what to do. Thanks for watching.